Hey guys, it's Mark Larsen here, and you probably know me already by the hundreds of Forex systems reviews I've written and Forex videos I've produced over the last 12 years. In the last week, I got over 1,000 emails and blog comments with your questions about the new GPS Forex robot. How does it work? Who's the creator? What's it all about? What's the strategy behind it? How's the performance? What makes it different from the hundreds of scam robots that were released recently? So today, I decided to organize this webinar to cover all your questions and introduce you to my friends, young, talented MQ4 programmers, and just all-around good guys. So, meet the creators of the GPS Forex robot, Antony Kemble and Ronald Kravchuk from Russia.
Hi Mark, thank you for organizing the webinar. I'm really excited to be here and have a chance to talk about our robot. Sorry guys about my accent, I'm just a programmer, not a public speaker.
That's okay, no problem at all. So, Antony, tell us a few things about yourself and Ronald. Like, what's the history behind your GPS Forex robot?
Well, 4 years ago, after graduating, Ronald and I got really interested in Forex trading. Since we had a degree in programming, like most Russian guys, we were really interested in developing great software that can trade on autopilot for us. As you know, Russia is well known for its bright programmers, so we developed several successful systems and, to make a long story short, we finally got noticed by Mark Larsen, who was looking for MQ4 programmers to automate his new trading system. Once we did the job and made first backtests, everyone was amazed how well it worked.
Right, so tell us a little bit about the strategy behind GPS Robot.
The strategy itself is pretty complicated. In simple words, like the GPS navigator in the car, the robot is trying to predict the short-term movement with very high probability. That's why we decided to call it GPS Forex robot. 98% of the time, it is right.
And what if it's wrong?
In the 2% of cases, when it is wrong, my friend Ronald has added a great real strategy inside, which instantly opens the trade in opposite direction and covers the small loss. These simple tricks makes the robot really undefeatable on both backtests and live trading.
You forgot to mention, the best part is the system does not involve any tricks like martingale, grid, or no stop-loss trading that can easily blow your account.
Yes, that makes it really powerful.
So, what makes it different from the other systems available on the market?
The GPS Forex robot is not a scalper, nor is it a pyramiding or grid EA. And it's not like any other type of robot on the market. It uses an absolutely new approach, and moreover, our expert is unique to the Forex market. You will not find anything similar on the internet.
Alright, so let's tell the listeners how it works.
Okay, I will briefly describe how the GPS Forex robot works without the use of any complex information in the following example. Let's use the euro against United States dollar pair as an example to see the essence of the strategy. At some point in the Asian session, the United States dollar started to weaken a little when compared to the euro. It, as a rule, will give us the long position, so that a profit is made fast enough in regards to the specific parameters which the GPS Forex robot uses. As you can see by the statistic, this occurs 98% of the time. However, if the price chart is under the influence of certain factors and drops sharply down, then you have to change your course of action and go to market with a short position. In this case, the likelihood of gaining a profit will be very high, despite the instability. This is a result of strong downward trend forming from this type of price behavior.
Well, thank you, Antony. Now it's time to answer several questions from the listeners. Okay, here's the first question from Robert Martinez. What time frame does the robot use?
It does not matter what time frame you use when you install this expert advisor. It independently takes all of the information from the market and calculates the necessary parameters for optimal trading. We can only recommend the use of the M15 50 minutes or H1 1 hour time frame for better results of this expert advisor.
Well, next question. Laura asks, are the settings that the robot currently has in place already optimized to the current situation in the Forex market?
Yes, the expert uses the best and safest settings, which are found by a large number of tests, optimizations, and calculations of key indicators for profit, loss, and risks.
Right. Next short question about trading from Ben Jones. Does the EA trade daily?
Yes, absolutely every trading day. This expert trades and in the most cases does intraday trading activity.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Chuck asks, can we use this EA with the Euro-US dollar pair?
Of course you can. It also supports other pairs like United States dollar against Swiss franc and the euro against Great Britain pound.
All right. Now I'll add that the Euro-US dollar pair is safest for trading with the GPS Forex robot. All right, the next one. Simon is asking, what is the minimum deposit necessary for trading with the GPS Forex robot?
When designing the GPS robot, we immediately set out to take into account the fact that the overwhelming majority of experts now require large initial deposit. Thus, for example, to start making money from buying a commercial robot for $149, you will need to spend another $1,000 to use it in the form of starting capital. With the GPS Forex robot, you can start to make money right away, even you only have $100 in your account. As a good example, our Real Money account began with an initial deposit of $250 and currently has a balance of almost $1,000.
Well, thanks, Anthony, for clarifying that. Low minimum deposit makes it really affordable for small traders. The next question is from Fong Li. Thanks, Mark and Anthony. The robot looks awesome and I really want to get a copy. My question is, when does it trade? Is it every hour, during certain sessions, or at any time?
The GPS Forex robot can trade any time of the day, depending on the market situation. It is not stuck to a specific session like some scalpers.
I'll reply to the next one myself. On average, how long does your expert hold a position? Well, for all three pairs, the GPS Forex robot averages a duration of roughly 2 hours.
Yeah, sometimes it closes even faster.
A question from Sandra. Is it sensitive to the spread? I guess this is a popular one.
Yeah, everyone asks that. The answer is no. The GPS Forex robot is not sensitive to the spread. For example, with the Euro-USD pair for only one trading operation, the expert takes an average profit in 8 pips, while the average spread for this currency, for example on the Alpari UK or IMFX brokers, is only 0.6 pips.
Now, this one is important. Benny is asking how much money can we make with GPS Robot? What is the percentage of gain in an average month?
If you set the expert on all currency pairs with a fixed lot size, you may expect about 30% of clear profit. However, you also can use the money management and increase the month's profit in geometrical progression. This is what we do with our own accounts.
Well, let the numbers speak for themselves. They can say it better than thousands of words. So tell us, Anthony, about the results we got.
Here's one of my live accounts. As you can see, it started in November 2009 with a deposit of $4,750, and over the last year it grew to over $17,000. Not bad? In April 2010 I got really excited and opened a second account in Alpari with a deposit of $8,000. During 6 months, the GPS robot generated almost $19,000 of clear profit for me. And here's Ronald's account on IMFX brokerage. Ronald did not have much money back then, so he started with only $250 in February 2010. As you can see, during the last 10 months, his account tripled by trading 3 currency pairs. Like I said before, GPS robot does not require huge deposits to start trading.
Well, that sounds great. What'd you do with the money, by the way? Buy a yacht?
Well, not really, but Ronald and I already bought new cars. Here's a picture. Yeah, those are really our cars, not a Photoshop.
Possible gains are really great. However, a fellow trader with the nickname Pat1976 is worried about the risks. What is the risk percentage for the GPS Forex robot?
In practically every book about the Forex market, the experienced traders recommend not to have a risk with more than 10% of the money from your trading account. In our trading with real money, which you can find on the website, the drawdown did not exceed 8% of the current balance. We used the most optimal combination of risks and profit, so the GPS Forex robot shows great results.
True. So, here's an important question from Jake Sanders. Are you going to limit the number of copies on the market? Now, I'll take this one myself. After 1 year of live tests with Antony and Ronald and my private beta testing group, we decided to offer GPS Robot to a limited number of fellow traders who are looking for a powerful trading system that really works. Now, this is not some stupid scarcity tactic like other scam marketers use. As you can see, there is a live counter back with the number of copies left on the page. Once it reaches 0, the sales will be closed and the sold out message will appear. And that's it. We are not going to sell it to the whole world and limit the effectiveness of the robot.
Guys, if you want to jump in, do it now, while the counter has not reached 0. By ordering today through this webinar, you are going to get instant access to this money-making GPS robot, along with everything included, and additional bonuses, such as free video tutorials, webinar recordings, dedicated support from me and Ronald for just $149, and that's 100% guaranteed. Simply click on the orange Add to Cart button below to get started and get instant access to the GPS trading robot. Remember, if you are not completely satisfied, you will get a full refund. We are serious. If for any reason GPS robot did not help you achieve your goals, we will give you your money back with zero headaches, hassles, or frustrations.
And guys, remember, we accept only a limited number of members at a time, and once the counter reaches 0, the offer's gone. The GPS robot has already proven itself to be really profitable to us and all our beta testers. Now you have a chance to become a part of our happy money-making family.
Right. Okay guys, thanks for being on our webinar, and we will see you in the member area.
Thank you, Antony, and thank you guys for listening to our webinar. I hope you found it helpful and that we could give you the insight on what GPS Robot is. Okay, now let me close this up. Like I always say, here's hoping all your trades are profitable ones. Bye, and see you in the member area.